All right, so get this. Feels like we just stepped into the future of AI,
Hmm.
like a major, major leap forward. We're talking Google's brand new Gemini 2.5 Pro.
Yeah, this is not just an incremental upgrade.
No, not at all. I mean, from everything we've been able to see, this thing could like completely redefine what AI could actually do. It's exciting.
It really does feel like a turning point, you know?
Yeah.
All these advancements we've seen in the whole Gemini family leading up to this 2.5 Pro, I mean, it's clear they're pushing boundaries in terms of what AI can understand, what it can process, and at a whole other level now.
And to really get a grasp of just how big a deal this is, we got to start with like the most mind-blowing thing, right? The context window.
Yeah, that's the heart of it.
Now,
Mm.
for anyone who, maybe hasn't gone super deep on AI yet, just picture this, the context window. It's basically the AI's active workspace. It's the amount of information it can hold in its mind, like all at once, and actively use to think and reason.
Exactly. Imagine it like the AI's short-term memory, you know?
Right, exactly.
And the thing is, even previous models, like the earlier Gemini versions, those were already impressive. They could handle around 1 million tokens.
Million token.
But this 2.5 Pro, it just blows that out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking a standard 2 million token window.
Wow.
And get this, they're even running tests with an experimental window that's over 20 million tokens.
So hold on. Let's try to wrap our heads around that for a second, right? 2 million tokens. What does that even look like in the real world?
Well, basically, it's like the AI is able to process multiple full-length novels all at the same
At
time.
the same time.
Just think about that.
Yeah.
All those stories, all those characters, all those details, and it's all just there, like right there in the AI's mind.
It's wild. And then you take that 20 plus million token experimental window. That's a whole other level. Like to try and grasp the scale of that, think about it as the AI being able to take in and process like an entire encyclopedia. And then on top of that, throw in a bunch of research papers too,
All at once.
all at once.
That's a lot of information. And it's not even just about the sheer volume of data. The key here is the AI's ability to make connections, to see those subtle relationships across this like gigantic sea of information.
Right. It's not just about cramming in more data. It's about actually understanding it.
Right.
And, the demonstrations they've been showing off, it's clear this is exactly what's happening. They've got Gemini 2.5 Pro analyzing these huge, complex documents, stuff like technical manuals, the kind that are just dense with information, or like entire movie scripts. And it's doing it with this crazy level of accuracy and recall.
Yeah, and you know what's really fascinating? They've shown that you can ask the AI super specific questions about things that appeared like hundreds of pages earlier in the text. And it not only gives you the right answer, but it's an answer that's fully grounded in the context. So it's not just like keyword matching, it's actually getting the meaning.
It understands the story, the flow of the document.
Yeah.
It's not just spitting out facts. It's showing that it gets how those facts fit together, even when they're spread out over tons of text.
Mm.
But, I mean, it's not just this bigger context window, right? There's more to it.
Oh, absolutely. While that's definitely a headline feature, what's happening underneath is just as important. We're talking improvements to accuracy, reasoning capabilities, and the overall intelligence of the system. And for what AI can actually do for us, this is huge. Because sure, being able to handle more information is powerful, but being able to understand it better, that's the real game changer.
So basically, it's not just that the AI remembers more. It's that it actually gets it better.
Yeah.
And we're already seeing reports of how this translates to real skills, like solving those super complex problems, making those logical deductions, the stuff that really requires the AI to think critically. And even in creative stuff like writing and music, you see it being able to use this deeper understanding to come up with new ideas, new content. And it's all relevant. It all makes sense.
And that's what's so exciting when you think about the big picture, right? It's like AI is moving away from just recognizing patterns. These advancements in reasoning and accuracy, they're pointing towards AI that can actually understand the world around us in a much deeper way.
And then you layer on top of all that the progress they're making with Gemini's multimodal capabilities.
Hmm.
You've probably heard all the buzz about AI that can handle all sorts of data, right? Text, images, audio, video, code, the whole works. And with this Gemini 2.5 Pro, it seems like they're really pushing the limits of what's possible.
Yeah, and what's really cool for you is it's not just about processing those different data types separately. They're working towards this like integrated understanding. Imagine an AI that can watch hours of video. I mean, not just transcribing the dialogue, but actually understanding those visual cues, those subtle emotional things going on, and then being able to answer really complex questions that require it to make connections between all those different pieces of information.
It's almost like the AI is becoming a whole brain, right? Able to see, hear, read, even understand code in this like unified way. And that's what's going to allow us to create AI systems that are truly versatile and intelligent. Ones that can interact with the world in a way that's more and more like how we do.
And that brings us to the big question for you, doesn't it? What can we actually do with this? What kind of real-world stuff does this unlock?
Because when you have a context window this big, combined with the improved reasoning across all those different data types, it's pretty clear this is going to lead to all kinds of new tools and applications.
Oh, yeah. And it gets your mind going, doesn't it? When you think about the possibilities and how this could change things for us, like in our daily lives, think about scientific research. An AI that can go through decades worth of papers, see those hidden connections that maybe humans would miss, and speed up discoveries in ways we never thought possible.
And in software development, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you've got AI that can understand these massive, super complex code bases, the kind that would take a human forever to wrap their head around. And now they can work with programmers, help them in totally new ways.
And, let's not forget about the creative side of things. For you folks in content creation, this could mean AI that helps you write those super detailed, nuanced stories, or scripts, or even educational material that's tailored to how different people learn best. Because now it has this deeper understanding of both the subject matter and the audience.
Wow.
And, personalized learning. Imagine having an AI tutor that really gets how you learn, that has access to all your past learning history and can adjust its teaching style to be super effective.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, these are just a few examples. There are so many ways this could directly impact you.
It really feels like we're seeing this shift happening, doesn't it? Where AI goes from doing those routine tasks to actually becoming like a partner in those big complex problems,
Yeah.
and helping us create in ways we never could before.
Yeah.
But, stepping back a bit, thinking about the bigger picture here.
I think it's safe to say this unveiling of Gemini 2.5 Pro, it's a big moment. It really feels like a turning point in how we think about AI.
It's the sheer scale of what it can do. To be able to take in and make sense of so much information, plus all those improvements to its reasoning abilities, and the way it handles all those different data types. It's like opening up all these possibilities in every industry you can think of.
Yeah, it feels like we're getting closer to this future where AI doesn't just do stuff for us, it actually enhances our own intelligence. I mean, think about it. This could totally change how we do research, how we develop new technologies, even just how we use tech in our everyday lives, leading to those AI assistants that are way more intuitive, way more genuinely helpful.
It's amazing how fast this field is moving. And what we're seeing with Gemini 2.5 Pro, it's like a reminder of that, Things are changing so rapidly.
So as you're listening to all this, I'm curious, what are your thoughts? What jumps out at you the most? What are the possibilities here that really get you excited?
Yeah, because this is going to affect all of us. It's going to touch every part of our lives.
So we really want you to think about how this could change your own work, your own interests.
And you know what? In our next few deep dives, we're going to keep going down this rabbit hole. We'll explore all these cutting-edge developments and what they really mean for all of us.
So until then, stay curious, keep those minds engaged, and, be ready for whatever comes next.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for listening.